The last thing that we want to do after we've got all of our axles polished, we've got all of our wheels trued up, we've got our bores polished, we've got the hubs polished, get everything ready to go, is we want to pair all of our wheels to an axle. So I want to do a quick little demonstration. I've got a stock BSA axle and a stock BSA wheel. I've not had any modifications made to them at all. And I'm going to do a little spin test. This is not scientific, but this is how we do it, and it seems to work for us pretty well. So I'm just going to flick it, and then we're going to count and see how long we can go until that wheel stops spinning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About 7 or 8. And that's what I will typically get out of a stock wheel and a stock axle. Now I want to do a quick demonstration with our polished axle and a stock wheel. So this is the one that we've taken the time to knock all the edges and corners off of, get rid of the little ridges on the back side, and then we've polished this all the way out to an 800 grit with wet dry sandpaper, and coned our head and got everything trued up. And so this is a completely polished, done, ready to go axle, but a stock BSA wheel. So we're going to do the same test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we're almost double the spin distance just by polishing the axles. Now we're going to do a test with our polished axle and our polished wheels, and see what kind of a difference that's made. We're going to flick it and we're going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Must just be a bad wheel. Let's try this one. 1, 2, 3. See, that was a terrible wheel. We want to set that one aside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So if we can get to 20, that's what we're looking for. That is a good wheel and axle pair. So now what we'll do is add a little of our ultrafine graphite down in there. And we'll work this in, we'll spin this back and forth. Micah's got a little box that he runs the cars back and forth in to help work that down. This XLR8 ultrafine stuff is great for that. When we get to race day, we use Derby dust. This is something, again, you can order this online. We got this through Maximum Velocity. But this is great stuff. This is even finer than the XLR8. Really makes a huge difference. All right, so we got graphite in the front, put a little graphite in the back, shake it down in there. How far do you think it'll go, Micah? How far do you think we can count?
Maybe 20 something.
20 something?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So that's a good wheel. That's a good wheel and axle pair. So now we know we've got a matched pair. This one's really good and fast, so this will be one of the rear wheels for our car. Then we're going to grab the next axle and we're going to go back through the rest of our wheels and find another good match set. So we've gone through all of our sets. We found match sets for all of our wheels. And usually you want to take whatever your fastest one is and use that for your front wheel. Now we're going to we're going to talk through how to set this up as a 3-wheeled rail riding car. So you're going to have to watch the other videos that talk about how to bend the axles and how to mark the axles to get you to this point. But I want to show you what a really good milled, polished wheel with a good polished axle can do. So we're going to go back and do our count test on this pairing. This is our fastest match set. So we're going to spin it and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24. So anytime you're getting over 20, you're doing really good. And we'll keep spinning these, and after we've worked in a little bit of graphite, we'll come back and we'll get a little more down in there. You'll also notice as this is spinning, it's not bouncing around, it's not wobbling, it's not jumping on the axle. It's just a nice, smooth, even run. And that's something else you want to look for when you're matching axles. So where's that really bad one that we had? Maybe this one. That one wasn't terrible. One of these is really awful. Yeah. So you see how this one jumps back and forth on the axle? It's just because it's out of balance. One of these has a hub that's off center. That's not that one. It buzzes when you spin it. Yeah, it's this one. You can actually hear it. You can hear the hub whacking on the inside. So we've got our 3 match sets. Now it's time to install them on the car. We're going to go over how to install the wheels on your car, and we're going to set up this car to work as a 3-wheeled rail rider. If you don't have a pair of these are one of the more expensive things that we bought. I think they were about $20 when I got them. I ordered these on Amazon. But these are a little pair, they're like needle nose pliers, but the end is made specifically for gripping the head of the axles. So it makes it really easy to put enough force in to get them into the car. It also makes it easy to turn and adjust the bent axles to make sure that we're getting the right steering and angle that we want. Now you'll see on this car, we pre-drilled these holes before we painted and everything else, but all that paint has gotten in there, and if I try to put a nail in that right now, it will probably split out the bottom of the car. So I'm gonna drill out these holes and then we'll be back. And when you push the wheels in with these pliers, you want to push them all the way until the wheel is tight to the body. Because when you let go of it, that little gap that's around the head, that will give you enough space. So I know that there are commercially available wheel spacers and guides and all this stuff. I've never used them. I just use the head of the pliers to space them. There's our second one. You'll notice I'm rocking back and forth a little bit. You want to use smooth, even pressure. And another tip is not to put them on, take them off, put them on, take them off. This is the first time that we fit these wheels since we drilled the holes way back when we started cutting out and shaping the car. More times they go in and out, the harder that is on that hole. So we've got the 3 matched pair axles that we have, and those are all bent axles. So you'll see on the sides of them that there's a little mark as to where the top of that axle is. Look on the side. So right now we have all the marks going up, and as we go through and we check our alignment on this car, we'll adjust those. And then our last wheel, this is our rider one. This one goes up high in the air. So the hole on this side of the car is drilled a little bit higher, and this wheel, if we get it installed right, should not touch the track at all.